Hey, I'm here with Triple Threat Productions. My name's Jay Feelgood, and this is your installment of State of the Scene. So things really got started for me back in high school. Me and my friends used to travel around breaking into virgin scenes. We used to get chased around by the cops a lot, so we had to do a lot of moving around. So I was a big activist in that respect. I was always rolling around with the police scanner or the person who knew where the next virgin land was that we could possibly throw a party at. So we did that for a long time, me and my friends. That was a big thing back in the day. And that ended up turning into throwing house parties with bands and doing things bigger and bigger and bigger. And I really fell in love with the whole planning aspect of events and doing crazy things that nobody's ever seen before. So we did a lot of house parties back in high school and post-high school, college. I dropped out of college when I was in college to go party with all my friends who went to school. So I got the flavor of going to this scene, to that scene, seeing a lot of different cultural experiences of how people do things. You know, everybody drinks, everybody has fun, but the way they go about it is a lot different. The music they listen to, the bars they go to, the clubs. So I always got a lot of fun by just going on adventures and experiencing different things. So through those experiences, I have kind of cultivated this, what I like to call feel-good culture, and it's kind of become what my life is about. I've met a lot of great people along the road, along my travels, and it's caused me to do a lot of proactive things in the music scene and with different artists and bringing people together to create those kind of cultural experiences so that people can come together and celebrate being human and being, not at work and not in school and not doing what their life requires of them. So for me, I've got my hands dirty in a lot of different scenes. I work with a lot of different bands with Good Love Entertainment. I also do a lot of different event planning things with Pure Love Management. We're involved with a lot of other promo crews and event organizers from venues and music festivals. And we really just try and weave this crazy culture of awesomeness. So for us, we're really out here with Triple Threat, with everybody, just trying to network and do positive things for the scene. We've come up as bands and artists and not only played the music festivals but partaken and worked them and helped facilitate and become very integral in the experience of the whole artistic culture. So for us, at least for me, I've played a lot of different roles. I've worn a lot of different hats, and I've observed a lot of different people doing successful things in the music industry. For myself, I've always admired people's success and tried to understand different various business models that took to achieve their collective success in these events as artists and pass that on to people so that they can experience the same thing and us as a group can grow and experience success and maintain our artistic culture. So here in the scene, that culture is where the importance is, and that creating that common space. So everything I've done in the past is kind of put me in a position to pull those pieces together to create this master culture that I'm ever working at. So right now is a big step for me. I've been doing a lot of mixing and working. We've been building different management teams to work in various scenes. We work with various artists. Through Good Love Entertainment, we're working with a lot of different bands in New York City. We're working with a lot of different venues and really getting that jam scene, that music festival culture into the city and out of the city and get people moving and understanding and becoming friends, because that's really what it's about. Your friend tells you about this band, you go, you listen to them, it's a great band. You hear that they're playing with this person, you discover another artist, and we just keep meeting people on the road and growing this like festival family. And also I've always been fascinated by the rave scene, which I was introduced to through festival culture. This late night festival culture, the late night DJs. I got into a stint there a couple years ago where I was going to a lot of underground warehouse parties that our artists were playing, and these side room DJs were like, this is like when dubstep was first coming out. They were spinning real hard electronic music, and the whole fusion of just bands and DJs and these underground warehouses, I was like so fascinated by just what was happening. I couldn't believe that like things like this happened in my backyard in my city, and I felt really naive kind of as a kid. You discover this like new freedom, this new place to play, and it's magical, and I wanted to be so part of that, and I wanted to put my energy into making that better and making that more awesome. So as over the years, as I've traveled around and I've kind of met people and I've done things, I've always had a real fascination with like real soulful, heady people, and I've tried to pull as many of those people into my inner circle as possible to help me create this feel-good culture that will permeate all different music scenes and create a space that supports the artistic culture that we're all trying to create. We're not here to step on toes or try and do what other people are doing. We've always had our own unique dream, and that dream is really just a collective family, collective awesomeness that will support everybody. As a person who lives an independent lifestyle, I understand, working with artists, people need medical insurance and people need guaranteed money. You need to pay your rent, and it's tough when you're dealing with parties and you're throwing events and you're taking these gambles where you're putting your rent money on the line so people can come and party. And it's a tough thing, especially for these artists who are giving so much of themselves to have everybody enjoy themselves and bleed for the scene. And we all give so much, and we just want to create that. We're all trying to take that somewhere. And in the city, it's tough because there's so much competition. There's a lot going on. There's any given night there's 4 or 5 events going on, and it's a tough thing to really focus on. Who are you going to go here? You're going to do this? Who's playing that? Who's throwing this party? There's a lot of social things that go behind events, and we've always tried to break down those walls and break down those social expectations of events and keep this feel good. I admire music festival culture for that. You go out to some of these grassroots festivals and you got people who are 60 years old throwing down harder than people who are 21, and you realize that this soul culture, this feeling, this common thing that we all share doesn't know age, doesn't know race, sex, doesn't know genre of music. It's commonplace, and you can go into any scene and find the heart, the soul, the people who are really there for the right reasons and are really there creating the culture that everybody comes out to experience. What it all comes down to is the love. I'm a passionate person looking to connect passionate people in music and business to create this common scene that we've come to call the Good Love scene. And it's a project now that has grown and spread out across crews and across various genres. And it's all about the feel good. We're creating the feel good scene. And that's really it here with State of the Scene, Triple Threat Productions. Shout out, everybody. I'll see you at the next party.